Police say Jones told his girlfriend he killed Daniel with a baseball bat, used a cleaver, saw, and knife to dismember him, placed the body parts in separate suitcases and bags, then hid them in the compound, but not before keeping a microscope slide with biological matter. I talked about that with a forensic psychiatrist.
Florida's Dexter, who dismembered a body and hid it in a suitcase. 19 years old. Let's get over into it and see what this whole situation is about.
Tonight, we are learning a possible motive in the murder of a 28-year-old Brevard County man. Palm Bay police found suitcases containing Coley Lee Daniels' body in an area known as the compound just a few days ago.
The suspected killer faced a judge today, and new documents suggest Daniel may have been targeted. Shoes Patrick Perez in the newsroom. Patrick, you've been looking into these documents. What have you learned?
Yeah, Jesse, according to this court document, Daniel's murder may have something to do with his status as a registered sex offender. Police believe Daniel's murder may have also been planned. New details are shedding light on a possible motive in the murder of 28-year-old Coley Lee Daniel of Indialantic. His accused killer, 19-year-old Lucas Jones, appeared in front of a Brevard County judge Thursday afternoon and is now charged with murder.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Palm Bay police arrested Jones again on Wednesday, 2 days after initially detaining him for allegedly dumping suitcases containing Daniels' remains 2 weekends ago in an area known as a compound. According to a court document obtained by West 2 News, Jones' girlfriend recently told detectives that Jones confessed to her he killed somebody and cut him up, and that Jones killed Daniel because he was a sex offender and he wanted to kill him. The girlfriend also claimed she didn't know how Jones and Daniel met, but knows Jones had printed a list of nearby sex offenders. Rob Mandel, a criminal defense attorney not connected to this case, says in cases involving alleged targeted violence, attorneys may look at factors like mental health or motive.
If this is a targeted attack, well, why was it a targeted attack? Does this person have mental health issues? Has that been looked into? Is there some sort of insanity defense here?
As of right now, Jones's murder charge is of the second degree, meaning without premeditation. But in the court document, detectives wrote, Jones not only had the opportunity, but made deliberate acts before, during, and after, which is indicative of his conscious decision to kill Daniel. If upgraded to the first degree, Mandel believes the state could pursue the death penalty.
I wouldn't be shocked, due to its heinous nature, if they have the plethora of evidence that they say that they do, that they don't seek the death penalty, just based on the actual heinous nature of it.
See, that's a lot of stuff to think about now. Question, are you for the death penalty in this kind of case? Or are you saying that since this was a sex offender, he still get time, but is the death penalty warranted? That's the question. I don't know if the death penalty is warranted or not, but the main part that stuck out to me was the fact that he had a printed list of sex offenders in the area. So that suggests he was most likely planning to do others or kill others. At least that's a possibility. Let's go over to this next video and see what else it got to tell us.
Now on those human remains found inside suitcases in a very remote area of Palm Bay called the compound. Police now say they have a motive, a method, and a man in jail.
And Fox 35's Marie Ettinger is here with the latest details. Marie.
The man arrested in this case isn't just accused of murder. He's accused of targeting sex offenders, cutting up their bodies, and saving microscope slides with their DNA. People online are comparing this to the show Dexter. I talked with a forensic psychiatrist who said the same thing.
Lucas Jones had originally been brought in for disposing of human remains, but a new arrest warrant describes not just a horrible murder, but something allegedly targeted and planned, with evidence alleged to show future targets too. His arrest report accuses him of printing out a list of convicted sex offenders who lived near him and picking Coley Lee Daniel. Police say Jones told his girlfriend he killed Daniel with a baseball bat, used a cleaver, saw, and knife to dismember him, placed the body parts in separate suitcases and bags, then hid them in the compound, but not before keeping a microscope slide with biological matter. I talked about that with a forensic psychiatrist.
Whoa. Because that is exactly what happens in the show Dexter, if you ain't seen it now. It's like a trophy what serial killers like to do.
Not affiliated with this case.
Particularly with serial killers, you'll hear people keeping trophies or reminders of the crime. But I've actually never heard of someone keeping like a DNA slide. I've only seen that on Dexter.
A search warrant affidavit says detectives are still looking for Daniel's torso and are hoping a search of Lucas's phone will help them find it. They did find Daniel's skull with signs of blunt force trauma, a medical examiner reported.
For any crime like this, history of violence, history of victimization, drug and alcohol history, other criminal history, that's also a risk factor.
Court records show Jones doesn't have any criminal history outside of being an aggressive driver. A few months ago, police say he was driving recklessly and caused a rollover crash that hurt two of his friends in the car. Crystal Wilson witnessed that wreck and said at the time she thought he should have served jail time for it. She hadn't heard about his murder arrest until I told her.
That is crazy.
Yes.
They should have put him in jail. They should have put him in jail. He wouldn't have done that. He needs help. He needed help then.
Right now, Jones is being held in jail with no bond ahead of his hearing. Maria.
Absolutely crazy. He is the real life Dexter. Let's see one more video. Just see what else we can find out.
The young woman who police say told them her boyfriend dismembered a man, stuffed him in suitcases, and dumped his remains in the compound, told police she was afraid she could be next. I'm your Palm Bay community correspondent, James Sparvero. In new paperwork from a new interview with Palm Bay police, Lucas Jones's girlfriend said she was very afraid of what the 19-year-old could do to her too if she didn't go along with his plan to act like nothing happened. That's why she says she initially told police she saw Collie Daniel at Jones's house back on March 20th. His girlfriend says Jones coached her how to talk to police after she says he confessed to her that he, quote, killed somebody and cut them up. She said if he got caught, he told her he'd claim insanity. And the girlfriend says Jones never verbally threatened her, but his body language and nonverbal cues, watch how he looked at my camera last week in jail as he raised his eyebrows, made her feel like she had to comply. Also new, she told police she saw Jones destroy property and punch holes in walls. And there's something else in that interview that police are keeping a secret. I told you last week Jones's girlfriend said he wanted to kill sex offenders, and Collie Daniel was a registered sex offender. But when police go into more about what the possible motive was, they say Jones's girlfriend says why she believes he did it, but they're not telling us what she said. Quote, those reasons will be kept confidential at this point in the investigation. And like last week, I tried interviewing police again about all this new information that continues to come out. The chief told me they might talk to me Tuesday, so if that comes together, watch for my next update then. In Brevard County, I'm your Palm Bay community correspondent, James Sparvero, News 6.
Absolutely wild. Do you think his girlfriend was truly scared? I'm assuming so. But he's possibly, just from the signs of him not showing any emotion, no remorse, he could possibly be considered a sociopath. What are your thoughts? Let's go over to the AI breakdown just to get a little bit more information on this whole thing. So we know Lucas Jones was charged with the murder and dismemberment of Coley Lee Daniels, 28-year-old registered sex offender in Palm Bay, Florida. On March 28th, 2026, police responded to a remote 2,800-acre area known as the compound, where they had vultures circling around a black suitcase. A second suitcase and storage tote contained human remains were found nearby. The remains were Cole's, the reportedly missing by his parents March 22nd, and he and Jones lived approximately half a mile apart. According to the police affidavits, the girlfriend told investigators that he confessed to killing someone, stating, I killed someone and cut him up. He reportedly targeted him because he was a registered sex offender and had allegedly printed a list of others nearby. He said he beat him to death with a baseball bat, then he used a cleaver, a saw, and a knife to dismember the body before dumping the remains the following morning. Police found an Amazon shipping package addressed to Jones inside one of the suitcases at the crime scene. Bloodstains, cleaning supplies were also discovered at Jones's residence. He was initially arrested on March 28th for tampering with evidence and abuse of a dead human body and released on a $7,500 bond. He was rearrested on April 1st, 2026 on a charge of second-degree murder. and is currently being held without bond. I wonder why. Did they initially not think that he was a part of it and he just found a suitcase and was dumping it? What? Why release him or why give him that? That just doesn't make sense to me. But let me know your thoughts on that whole situation, y'all. Let me know how you feel about it. Do you think that he's a sociopath? They said that he doesn't have any, the only thing they have on his criminal record is that he was got road rage. But they are good at hiding it. So let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all, and let me know how you feel about it or if you disagree with anything I said. Absolutely crazy. Let me just move on.